G'day everyone, welcome back to Nat's Knackers Yard. This will be my Knackers Yard. Blue's doing his thing, which is generally holding stuff up at the moment. Looking at Mick, the XJ650. I think I've come to a conclusion, and thanks for your input and suggestions, etc. I'd love to bob it, but it's going to look a bit odd. That seat looks good, but it's a bit odd. And it's odd because it doesn't quite fit, even if let me get you set up, even if, drag you back so you get a bit of a clearer view. Terrible camera work. I keep saying I'll get better, but I don't. Even if I prop it up, still doesn't, that contour is not right. Now, I could cajole it and push it and get something if I wedged it up a little bit more, but then I start creating gaps. I'm just not feeling the vibe. I like the look like that, but for one I think it's too long. I never take anyone on a bike anyway, so it doesn't really bother me, so something like that would be better, I think. Not that long, so obviously I'm going to need to cover the shock. So I've had a look at my current inspiration. Let me find my phone. And it is the XJ650 build by Massimo Engineering, and I'll put up a couple of pictures now. Decided something. I'm going to build a seat. When I say fabricate, that sounds a bit grand, but I'm going to build something. Now I've wanted to do fibre. I don't think my metal work's good enough to build one out of metal work like he does, but essentially something to sit on. Yeah, mate, you're right. Something to sit on and cover the angle and up. And while I'm talking rubbish, I'll put a couple of pictures up of what he's done. Now, what he did do was get some foam, carve it out, and then he kind of scrapped that and went for a metal build. But he carved out for inspiration. He was going to do a fiberglass build, but then he's more of a metal working man, and he's got all the equipment, etc., etc., and the experience, whereas I haven't. Yeah, so I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to order some foam, bang it on, hack away at it, see where I end up, see if it gives me inspiration, see what I end up with. I do quite like I've got on Tango actually, a hoop round the back in a circle rather than, or build up like Massimo has, and have a bit more of a scoop down, which I think would look good. Well, it does look fucking awesome on his bike, but I think build up and then have a curved seat that ramps round. So I need to get some of the foam. I'm going to have to watch his video again and work out what it's called and all that sort of stuff. But first things first, I drained the oil out of this tail ender last. I want to have a look because I'm pretty sure the clutch plates are seized, but I'll get you set up and get myself set up. Right, you can see my little pump set up there. That front tyre is shagged completely, so I need to pump it up every day, but hey, that's one of those things. Right, so what I've got is my hex bolts, which I'm not going to be able to get to all of them with. Yeah. And my big boy impact driver, because I don't think all of these are going to come out without one. Or at all. That's one broken. Yep. You can see this. Let me dip you down a bit. There we go. That's better. My tiny drill, because my bigger drill seems to have shut itself. Yep. I'm assuming that's just some sort of heat shield. Rusty and fooked, but not too bad. Right, what was I doing? Right, I've got an electric, but I've not got a lot of charge. It's worth a go. Straighten up. Oh, you are a bitch. What a fucking stupid design. That whole peg is in the fucking way. How stupid is that? I'm not sure you're going to see. Let me break. So look at that one there. I haven't got a straight line to it at all with the peg. That means I'm going to have to take that whole fucking peg off. How ridiculous is that? And that's on an engine mount. Oh my god. Right, let's get on with that. Right, so fortunately I haven't had to completely break that. That was a pain in the ass. Now where was I? That's where I was. I managed to just push it out of the way a bit. In fact, what am I doing? The electric seems to have enough charge for now. So let's give that one a go. It's just started to rain. Gotcha. Right, now, grandmother to suck eggs. Bit of cardboard, make a mat. It just covers you in case they're not all the same lengths. It saves you fucking things up later. Don't have to draw a wonderful picture or anything. Straight guesses will do. I would have fast forwarded you there, but that's my map, up arrow. I've even drawn on the little window. So I should know where everything goes. And let's see if we can get that off. Should have oil left in it, but just in case. Probably going to need a bit of mild encouragement. Break the gasket if nothing else. Let me get the encourager. One times encourager. Faithful rubber mallet. I feel like giving a tool. Possibly, quite possibly, because I haven't done the clutch cable, you fucking idiot, or slackened it. I'll take the bracket out. Well, that was easy. Why didn't I do that in the first place? Remember that when you're eventually putting it back together and that. We're back in, you fucker. Oops. Right, now reducing that pressure has already made that pop. Right, hand tight for now on that. Remember that, because you can need to undo it to get it off, I think. Acres and acres of oodles and oodles of cable. Quite know why I'm unravelling this and not cutting it. So it's just got to lock off. So through the gap and then locked off. It's got a lock on it just there. I do wonder if theoretically I can just shorten that cable there. Oh well. Right. Worth remembering. And we are mostly off. Right, so that's the cable. It goes into the yada. Right, now these were encrusted in shite. Yeah, look at this. Don't know what that is. I wonder if I can get to any of those start elements. Right, now what I do need to do is get in on this shit Now there's all sorts of ways and pissing around with straps and stuff, but in the past I've found generally you can get an impact driver on it and get it quick. They do tend to come. So, yep. I should be doing crisscrossing, not straight rounds. Right, getting there. I'm just going to get a pot to put my bits in. And I'm back with my little take-out trays, which I live by. Right, so there is a length, a minimum spring length, I don't know, I will have to look up. Let's go bolt washer on, happy. Right, now something that I fell foul of on the phaser was the orientation of this clutch plate. Now I've got a dot at the top. I'm going to have to grab the box book, just check if that should be lined up against anything in particular. But at the moment it's at my 12 o'clock. Should just leak out as it does, and on the inside I've got that washer, tiniest roller bearings ever, and then that flat plate, which will be what's pushing the whole mechanism backwards. So we'll keep it together because they want to be together. Look at the plates. Now the plates are fairly stuck together. The cardboard. I do want to try and keep these in the order that I get them off. So, actual plates don't look, well, certainly the top ones don't look too bad. They are properly gummed together. Look at that. That's why they're not. Wonder if that's salvageable. They are welded together. Again, look at that. I think they're toast. Pull them apart where I can. I can try and clean them. I don't think it's going to work. Oh, I've got a big sandwich here. Yeah. Big sandwich of them. Oh, and more yet. Yeah, I need a pick. Come on, you bastard. Stop twisting. Okay. I mean, it's a shame because there's a fair amount of meat left on the clutch plates, but they're just rusted to fuck. Which isn't surprising. Is that a plate at the end, or is that just the end? There's some movement there then. Rightly or wrongly. So there's a dot there, that was at the top. Not sure how much you can see that. Let's resume. So there is a dot on the outer plate, so when this bad boy goes back in, and just pull that tight, dot and dot, dot, dot. Can you see that? Yeah, just see it. There we go. Now I've cocked that up on the phaser first time, and it meant that when the plate was coming in, so it orientates on the hook, so that can go all the way in that way. Let's knock it one out. Yeah, that doesn't go all the way in. Now you can't really see that, but in fact, let's bring you somewhere you can. This is actually a top tip, people. I don't often do top tips. So that's it out of alignment. So that's the dot there as opposed to the top. Everything else is fine. Well, obviously it's got no plates in at the moment, but it can't go far enough in to engage. Now, if you're looking at the gap against the tooth, yeah, or the tooth. Whereas if you do that, it's that slight, you know, it goes in further. I can't quite get you lined up. But let's hold you up. So it's, you know, tiny gap. In fact, let's keep you steady, as steady as I can. Bear in mind I've got you balanced on one foot. So it's that gap versus that gap. Oop. It's so hard to see. Believe me, it's bigger. It sticks out more. So it drops back in, drops all the way in. In fact, there you go. It's a better example. It goes past it. Yeah. Past the teeth on the outside, out of line. It can't. So you will not engage your clutch, and you'll end up taking your clutch apart 3 or 4 times. There we go. Happy. Right. Let's pull you back out. Is that a plate? No, there is a clip, a metal line holding against that, so that is not a clip. Which is a shame, because I've got to find a way of cleaning that, and there is just, let's say, liquid rust all on the inside there. So I'm going to jam a cloth down the bottom and give that a good spray out, I think. Right, slight change of plan. It's so grotty in there. If I'm cleaning it in-house, it's just all going to drip into the sump. So, see if I can get him out now. Behind the bolt is just some flared flat plates I need to try and get flat. Right, now let's see if I can do this without bracing it too much. Let's see if mine is quick enough. Probably not. It's not the best. If I stick my thumb in there, that's going to go with it. Ooh, fuck me. Right, so it goes nut. This is for your reference, that as much as anything else. Nut, flat washer that's hooked in, bar skit, backside of which doesn't look too bad, to be brutally honest, but you can see how minging that is. I don't just want to yank there. In fact, you can definitely see how generally mucky that is. get that whole basket out. Because that's attached to that, which is attached to that. I don't think I can get that out because it's attached to the big cog on the back, which doesn't fit through that hole. And that's obviously stud welded through there, but that's fine. It means I can get to, I mean, the principal bit I wanted to get to was that. That's just fucking hideous. Now that rear plate is held on by a really thin gauge wire that's pushed through there, so I'm going to have to see what I can do, if anything, to try and clean that off. Yeah. Oh, crap in my eyes, in my mouth. So as far as my digital memory is concerned, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 clutch plates, one attached on there, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 plates, steel plates, I've forgotten what they're called. Is it springs? I can't remember. But I have to see what I can do with those bad boys. Just turn that one round without thinking. See what I can do. Failing that, it's a replace. I'm just going to give that a douche out. I'm going to put a load of tissue paper at the bottom to catch it as it goes and see what we end up with. And this is why tea drinkers make better mechanics, because it takes a few minutes to make a cup of tea. In those couple of minutes you can read the fucking book. So it's why I don't trust people that don't drink tea, Charlie. So looking through the book, yeah, that's exactly what I've done. Use 6mm screws to help extract the clutch sleeve. So I just thought, I wonder if these are good enough. Boop. So I just grabbed what I had. I did wonder what they were. I did wonder what they were. I did have a go at cleaning in situ, but it's just messy. This appears to be pushing out that inner sleeve, which is handy. I wonder what happens when I get to the end. I don't think these are 6mm, which doesn't help. So I'm going to leave those bolts in there because they're telling me which way it went in. That's a large clutch bearing, which is actually in good nick. And now, with a little bit of jiggery and pokery, I can get into the whole piece. I might even have found my starter chain. I'm not sure what you can see, not enough. There's so much crap on the floor here. No, that's not the starter. Anyway, it's loose as fuck, whatever it is. Interesting. Right, that is so much better. I can now actually, for one, go inside, but for two, give this a decent examination, and it all looks fine, but that schmeg in it is just fucking awful. Got a few scrapes on the outside that I might just tidy up a little bit. I think they're just casting lines as much as anything else, but I can get rid of this. Look at that. Right, so I think short one today. I've got loads of family business to do, but I am going to have a go at these plates. In fact, let me just have a quick attempt at something. Right, you might notice the bike's away. I've got stuff to do today, so just packed away a little bit. I've had a quick. There might be some salvageability. I don't know. When you compare it to, you know, a before and after shot, struggling to focus slightly. Don't know. I'll have a look online. I'm going to need new ones, I'm sure. But in the meantime, because a lot of those are quite firmly wedged. In the meantime, rather than pry them apart and damage them, I've still got the old oil that I've dropped out that's, you know, dirty but fine. Got a dodgy container. I'm just going to give them a soak and leave them overnight. This isn't how you soak plates because it takes a lot of oil, but this is just old shit that isn't going back in the bike anyway. So just before I throw it away, might as well get a final bit of use out of it. Trying to work some magic in the interim. Let me just grab a screwdriver. That'll do. That'll do, donkey, that'll do. Just give them a bit of a soak and a drink. Try and get them all under. And see if that leaves them off a little bit whilst I go and do other stuff, including looking up new ones. Right, that'll do me. Bit of a short one on that one, but that explains why that clutch wasn't engaging. It's just full of shite. And in the interim, I'll make my way through the various bits. Oh, missed a couple, Nat, you fucking idiot. I'll make my way through the rest and just give them a clean out, because that grit isn't going to help. Cool, that'll do me. Cheers all. I'll catch you later. Have a good one.